and the Rider Bronx. And good evening, everybody. Alongside Cody Decker, my name is Matt Fusillo. Blue Hens and Bronx. ACC conference rival matchup. Cody, should be pretty exciting tonight.
Yeah, I'm expecting an even matchup, Matt. These two teams are struggling out the gate a little bit. Delaware with just 3 wins. Rider just 1 regulation win so far on the season. So these two teams are trying to figure each other out and figure themselves out in the process. Relatively young teams. We talked about how Rider is a very young team, something we've referenced a lot. Just a few seniors on this team. It's the same thing for Delaware. I believe there's only 5 seniors on their team. So, again, relatively 2 young teams trying to get their feet going here early on in the season.
Tonight is Hockey Fights Cancer Night, pink in the rink, so the Bronx will be wearing their pink and black uniforms.
Yeah, definitely exciting for that, Matt. Just a good honor here on Breast Cancer Awareness Month to be able to remember those who have suffered through cancer and show that we're supporting them, and this Rider team is supporting them. So that's definitely something worth playing for. And even more so, like we said, league game tonight. The league schedule's relatively early on for both of these teams, so they definitely want to pile up those points as well.
Buzzer for warm-ups has sounded. So the 10-minute warm-up is complete. Both teams collect the pucks. We'll get to the national anthem, the starting lineups, and the opening festivities. First time this year these teams have met. They'll actually do a home-and-home this weekend, so they're here tonight and then at Fred Rust in Newark, Delaware tomorrow. That game will be at 6 p.m.
Yeah, so far we talked about league play, Matt, just very quickly. Rider 1-0 in league play so far this year, a 6-2 win at Maryland back on October 5th. And the University of Delaware 0-2 in league play, losing to Rowan at the beginning of the year at Rowan and then losing at Maryland 5-4 back on October 4th. So these two teams really want these points today. 3 points will be big for both teams.
Always extra importance with those conference matchups as well. But we're going to send it downstairs for the opening announcements.
And now, the ready to wonder the Hens. Please remain standing as we honor America and those who defend this nation with the playing of the national anthem.
It is time for some hockey. Delaware Blue Hens, Ryder Bronx, Flemington Ice Arena. Great to have the call alongside Cody Decker. I'm Matt Fusillo. And it's always exciting for an ACC matchup. Starters for the Hens, Joey Engelman, Josh Flom, Brian Kramer, Brendan Stam, Chris Sager, and Nick Waugh in net. For the Bronx, Jake Bennett, Vlad Zuberchuk, Brendan McKean, Shane Smith, Alex Blazak, and Sean Klein, the freshman, gets the nod in goal.
A couple key players to watch on the starting lineups here, Matt. Vlad Zuberchuk for the Bronx coming off 2 assists last game, including 1 on the power play. He had a power play goal as well last Friday against Niagara. And for the Delaware Blue Hens, Joseph Engelman coming off a season so far where he's had a goal and 6 assists, 3 power play points, a shorthanded goal as well, leading the team in points and assists.
Face-off in the Delaware defensive zone. We're underway. Alex Blazak below the goal. McKean to wraparound try. Couldn't get it on goal. Zuberchuk down to the blue line. Bennett up the ice. Played by the goaltender Waugh. Can't get a cover, so the Hens will take. This could be icing. No, it will not be. Stam was there first. Hustling over is Engelman. He chops it off. Trying to get there with Sager. Bennett delivers a check on Kramer. Handled by Blazak at the blue line. The Bronx freed up to the neutral zone. Stam off the boards. Bennett looks for options. Up the ice and now back in. Icing is waved off. Here's Josh Flom, the senior New Jersey native. At the red line now, Hubert Polchlapek. Played by Jackson Call, 47 in pink. Down the ice again, waved off once again is the icing. Puck is played by CJ Milsarek. And now it's Olensky. Got a little bit of space, his shot goes wide. Down low, Olensky missed that pass, and the Bronx will control. Looking for Pape, tries to get a shot, he does, and is saved by Waugh. And we have our first stoppage.
Good foot race there from Pape, beating the defender to that puck, able to get a quality shot on right before the blue paint. And a nice save by Waugh into his breadbasket there.
Won by the Bronx. Down below the goal line, behind the net. This is Pape, converged by Milsarek. Playing the puck is Call, but not until the Bronx goaltender Sean Klein will get a glove on it for the stoppage.
Sean Klein coming off an interesting weekend, Matt. Saved 27 of 30 in last Saturday's game in 35 minutes and 27 seconds played. He came in relief of Louis Bazzoco. First game on Friday, saved 39 of 43, played 53-48. Didn't finish the rest of the first period due to an equipment malfunction. So double duty for both goaltenders. Klein getting the start to start the weekend here.
That was an interesting equipment malfunction, seeing it from up in the booth. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like his pad got caught with the skate, something involving one of his pads, but like you said, coming in relief, Bizocco there. That shot goes off the post and out of play.
Good shot fired there from Brady Morrow there, Matt. Delaware trying to establish that offensive zone pressure, get the puck into the high-quality areas. A good save there, but the pipe says no.
Won by the Bronx. That's Ryan Kenna. The Hens control. They move in on Klein. There's a shot, save. Off the shoulder of Klein. Back around the other way. Delivering a check. Now the Bronx try to free it up. This is Shane Gutt still with it. Now Danny Downey for the Hens. He looks, plays it off the wall. Below Klein, and there's going to be an icing.
You're seeing similar offensive systems here for both teams. It's pretty much the dump and chase mentality, trying to get the puck in deep, win a foot race to get the puck, and then establish an offensive plan there. So two quality styles for both teams. Again, trying to figure it out here and get this game going just about 3 minutes in.
Ryder gets the top line back out there. Really a productive line with McKean, Polslepek, and Blazak. Last weekend, not the most exciting if you're a Ryder fan, but the top line got a few goals there. They look strong on the special teams as well. Joseph Legato tries to get there, but not until Braden Turner. They jostle for it. Puck is loose near Klein, trying to get a shot off, can't get through. Turner now, up for McKean. Now Zuberchuk. That shot is blocked. Down goes Zuberchuk. Hit was delivered. Zuberchuk again. All the way back for Bennert. Zuberchuk, one of those hard skating players. Big kid, plays hard, skates hard, not afraid to be physical. As there's a shot saved by Waugh. It's below the net. McKean with the rebound. He tries to bring it back in front. Another save by Waugh. Blazak and Milserek both lose their footing. As Shane Smith tried to keep that in, he could not. So it'll be another icing on the Hens.
Bronx needing to really lean on that top line. Again, Zuberchuk playing well last weekend. Skates with a purpose, able to go end to end. That's a dangerous combination. I'm sure the Blue Hens have him zeroed in their game plan so far today.
Off the draw, this is Joel Shriver, and Waugh will make another stoppage, so we'll try it again.
The Blue Hens so far this season, Matt, have dressed 5 goalies, and 5 goalies have played. So seems like the Blue Hens are still trying to figure out their goalie situation. Lynn Waugh is going to be getting that first opportunity here tonight to try and see if he can get some more time out there.
Got that 5-man rotation. It's like playoff baseball.
Yeah.
Never know who you're going to throw out.
Literally a starting rotation for sure, yeah.
Hens in the neutral zone. This is Kramer. He's being hounded there by Anthony Prunty. Now taking the puck is Shriver. Prunty tries to get that one, but here's Sager with it. Sager below Klein. Trying to get there is Stam, the Delaware captain. Puck is free down the ice, won't make it enough for icing. Now near the red line. Kramer with the A on his chest. He works his way into the offensive zone and a glove save by Klein. Another stoppage. Looks like that was going to go wide anyway, but Klein not taking any chances. Face-off will be to his right.
I'm sure something they want to clean up, and being Ryder, is the turnovers in their defensive zone. They struggled with that a bit last week against a Niagara team, who's now, by the way, 12-0. It's amazing that for the start of their season that they're having, but Ryder definitely wanting to clean it up, especially in their defensive zone here tonight.
Another stoppage here. We're going to have a penalty. Looks like it'll be a cross check. We'll see who it's on. Looks like Michael Buckman for the Bronx. For the Blue Hens, excuse me.
These are two teams, Matt, that have played pretty well on the power play as of late. Ryder going to get the first crack here. Couple of their top line guys out there.
Waiting to get going here on the faceoff. Now we get the puck to be dropped. All the way down the other way. Hens get an early clear. Klein playing the puck for Cusimano. Bennett plays catch with his partner on defense here in the man advantage. Here's Zubatruk. 6 in pink. He weaves through the defense. Still with the puck, down low for McKeach on the right side. McKeach looks. Back for Zubatruk. Zubatruk lost the puck for a moment. He's crunched at by Brendan Fleming. Pape is going to chip it back to Zubatruk. Now back to Pape again. Below the goal line. McKeach tries to keep it in and he cannot. Klein will play it. Cusimano's on it. Ryder gets a change onto the ice. Shriver and Kenna. Here's McKeach. And on Wah, he goes down and it stays out.
Good position there by McKeach. Able to gain a step on the defender and pretty much boxed him out to try and get a backhander on, and did. Top line, trying to generate some opportunities here on the man advantage.
Here is Ryan Kenna. Weaves his way across center ice. He looks, he'll play it in. Nobody else is there, he'll try to take it himself. Kenna, he digs at it. Now Shriver steps in. .18 seconds left on the man advantage. Delaware gets another clear. Klein looks, he'll hold, and he'll leave it for Bennett.
Blue Hens pretty much suffocating them on the outside right now. Not much to generate so far for Ryder.
That does it. Buckman out of the box, even strength. So the first man advantage of the night. Blue Hens kill it off. Pass is too far out of reach. That was Matthew Tavares, but the icing will be waved off as Prunty was there first. Anthony Greco, 8 and white. Hens will get a change. Losing his footing. This is a giveaway. Here's Sager. He scores! Chris Sager off the giveaway when Bennett lost his footing. 1-0 Delaware.
And again, that's the mistakes in the defensive zone. We're going to take a look at the replay here. This puck sent down ice, trying to play the puck in his defensive zone, just losing his footing. That opens up the breakaway chance for Sager, who finds Twine and makes it 1-0 Delaware. I know he only lost his footing, Matt, but again, that's just a mistake in the defensive zone that can't happen.
Yeah, it can't happen. Unfortunate play for the Bronx. Bennett usually strong with the puck, very poised, takes his time, but he just slipped there. And Sager happened to be the first one there, charges right in. So we have our first goal of the night. There's a shot, saved by Wah. Zubatruk with the shot, and they jam at it, it stays out. Golden opportunity for Vlad Zubatruk. Wah fell behind him, the puck stayed loose. Little bit of shoves, but it stays 1-0.
Great opportunities there for Ryder. That's something you want to see after surrendering a goal like that. They've had the ability to really get some pressure in some of these games, and now you're trying to find the quality shots to go with it. That was a great chance right there for the Bronx.
Zuberchuk right in the slot area. He'll play it behind the goal himself, applying the pressure. And the Hens will pitchfork it to center ice. This is Cusimano. On goal, Wah will pat it to the corner. Bronx try to keep it in. Cusimano and Zuberchuk on the effort there. McKeach down low, back to the blue line. Cusimano. Olensky. He'll play it up ahead for Vincenzo Variali. Variali, the senior from Wilmington, Delaware. Bronx back on the puck. There's a big check. Olensky. Down low. 9 minutes in, 1-0 Delaware. Thanks to the goal from Chris Sager. Call tries to get it out. He cannot. Here's Engelman moving in on Klein. There's a pass across, and that couldn't get through.
Great opportunity there from Engelman to Brady Morrow on the tape-to-tape pass, but a better save from Sean Klein.
Engelman for Flom. Tried getting it over for Brady Morrow. Stick on the ice behind the bench. Shane Gutt ran into it. He lost the puck. Morrow is checked from behind. Engelman was there, and the Bronx were able to free it up. This time it's Shane Gutt. He'll go off the wall. Bronx get a change. Pape applies the pressure. Now Smith. Here's a 3-on-2 for the Hens. There's a shot and a blocker save by Klein. Back up the other way for Pape. Bronx are outnumbered. Pape trying to buy time. He gets checked hard and he goes down. Oh, that was a big hit into the stanchion. And we'll have a whistle.
Good to see Pape get up under his own power. That was a tough hit there, like you said, against the stanchion.
Definitely shaken up. Looked a little bit high. It was right behind the net. We'll have a neutral zone face-off here.
Pate's going to get looked at by the trainer here on the bench. We'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he shakes that one off and can get back into this game. They need him.
Andrew Plank, dumped in by the Bronx. Played here by Fleming. Up the wing. Here's McManus. Owen McManus still with it, centering feed. Tried getting it for Fox. But Tavares is there for the Bronx. Now trying to get it on net again. That was Evan Winloff, but Klein will get the cover.
So we'll see how Ryder adjusts if Pape needs to miss a little time here to get looked at. He is being evaluated right now, so some tough decisions to be made here by the coaching staff, and quick ones need to be made if they need to rotate those forward lines around.
Fleming is on it. He's got Winloff with him. Fleming plays it for Winloff off the boards behind the goal. Up ahead for McManus. He loses the puck. Plank was there. Here's a shot by Fox, saved by Klein. His glove came off, no whistle. He's able to get it back on. Taken away by Fox again. Backhand pass, too far out of reach for Ty Schneider, looking for the intercept there. Back for Plank again. McKeach, he's there with the pickpocket, and we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be interference. Jackson Call is the unlucky party. So first power play of the night for the Blue Hens. They killed off the Rider power play about 6 minutes ago. Olensky takes the face-off for the Hens. One back by the Bronx. That was Kenna. Controlling here on the left side is Brian Kramer, another New Jersey native from Berkeley Heights. Here's Stam. He shoots through traffic, and Klein able to get the stoppage.
Keep an eye on Huber Polchelpeck here. Had good positioning there. May have got a deflection before that puck was saved by Klein.
Stam on defense. He's got Kramer on the left side. Centering feed, looking for Olensky. Found on that pass. Kramer. Olensky. Here's Polchelpeck. Kramer tries to handle. He gets it to Stam at the blue line. Thinks about shooting. Dishes it off to Kramer again. Cross-ice feed off the stick of Kenna. Sager across for Kramer. Couldn't handle it. He plays it off his skate. Kramer looks. Takes his time. Down low. Polchelpeck couldn't get through. And the Bronx are able to get a clear.
Nice job by Ryan Kenna cutting out that cross-ice pass, and he's able to get that clear there as well. An excellent shift for him on the penalty kill.
Fresh legs for the Bronx. Took a little while for Bennett to be able to get off, but that completed the full change. Here's the captain, Stam. 45 seconds left in the man advantage. Delaware up by 1, looking to add to its lead. Stam still with it. He circles. Pass for Buckman. Buckman took that cross-checking penalty earlier, and the puck is in the blue paint, but Klein will get a glove for another stoppage.
Aaron Pape has his equipment back on and is ready for his next shift, so that's a good sign for him. 27 seconds left here on the Delaware power play as Ryder makes a few more changes.
McKeach and Blazak go off. Puck is cleared right off the draw for Ryder. Playing it is Waugh. He'll leave it for Engelman. 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Delivering the big hit was Zuberchuk on Morrow. 5 seconds left. Engelman, the shot, gets through. The rebound was there by McManus. That'll do it for the power play. Puck gets through past Klein. He looks behind him. Now it's back on the right side. There's a chance, and the net comes off, and it didn't even go in anyway. Great chance for the Hens, but Klein with the save, and the net comes off.
Really great effort by Klein there. He was sliding over towards the near post to try to make that save. Delaware Blue Hen trying to go the other way with the shot. He's able to get that glove out there. An excellent save by Klein.
Plank trying to keep it in on the draw. Legato is there. Now Cusumano. Pardon the technical difficulties. Trying to get that sorted soon for all of you watching at home. Kenna, he has the puck, plays it off the glass. Now Fleming. He'll look. This is Downey. He'll make a spin move. Back for Fleming again. Will this be icing? Yes, it will be. As Cusumano with the hustle, he'll get there first. We'll take it back to the right side.
Ryder going to look for the shift in momentum now that they're finally getting back into the Delaware zone after having to be on the penalty kill for a little while there. See if they can try and cash in and tie this game up.
Fleming Found on the passing attempt, tried to get it around the boards. Hens are able to free it up. Smith is there, plays it off the glass. Delayed on offside. Waved off now. Bennert. He'll take it himself, now plays it up. That was for Shriver. Puck was loose for a moment, but Wah gets the whistle. Nick Wah, starting goaltender for tonight. A lot of hockey names are Wah as in R-O-Y, but Wah is W-A-H. Here's Kramer. This is a 2-on-2. Kramer's got Stam with him. Tries to shoot himself. Pass across. They score! It's the captain, Brendan Stam. The pass across from Kramer. And the Blue Hens double their lead.
Take a look at the replay here on that one. It was like you said, Matt, a 2-on-2 coming here down the ice. Nice play here at the near boards. Stam is creeping towards that far post. He actually had a defender right near him, but he's able to regain some balance there in that battle for the puck, able to get that tape-to-tape pass and put it into the net, and it's 2-0 Blue Hens.
Nice work there by Delaware. They get their second of the night. Here's another chance. Stam for Kramer. That couldn't get through. Top line for the Hens. Dangerous as of this opening period. Klein's able to get the stoppage with 4:39 on the clock.
And so now the Bronx down 2-0, Matt. Again, some defensive zone issues so far, trying to get the puck out. And right there in transition, a little bit outnumbered. Kind of started as a 2-on-1, turned into a 2-on-2, but need to have that support back there in those moments. And so far, hasn't worked out there in transition on that chance for the Bronx.
This is Buckman. He'll shoot. He scores! Through traffic at the blue line. Oh, Buckman. 3-0.
And you're going to see here on the replay that Sean Klein ends up screened by his own man on this shot. He had no idea that this was coming. This is played in deep here. Ryder, again, unable to clear, comes to the point, and a little bit of a cut in by the Delaware player there as well. So Klein had no idea the shot was coming. It goes top shelf, and Delaware triples their lead.
2 goals in 33 seconds. Hens make it 3-0, and good things happen when you get the puck on net. From the blue line, Michael Buckman. Here's Olensky. Hens with another opportunity. He shoots, and a save by Klein will get a whistle.
And this is the problem for the Bronx so far this season. They've dug themselves too many holes, especially in the first period. I mean, another 3-0 deficit here. They had a 3-0 deficit in their last game against Niagara. You don't want to have to play this way, especially for a young team. You don't want that pressure to be there.
Milserek plays it across the ice. Bronx try to free it up. This could be icing, but it'll be waved off as Gutt with a nice hustle there. Hens are able to get it to the neutral zone. Playing the puck is Smith. There's a shot, and Wah will get the glove on it. But you mentioned a moment ago, it's a big game, I mean, really for both these teams, but Bronx haven't had a lot of winning this season. You're playing a conference opponent. Blue Hens haven't been great either. I mean, both these teams are middle bottom of the conference this year, ACC Premier.
So there's a sense of urgency for both teams, and I think we've seen there's a bit of different ways of handling it right now. Delaware coming out the gate, playing well and making plays. Ryder needs to get some better shot chances in high-quality areas of the ice.
Here's a 2-on-1. This is Morrow. Couldn't get anything out of it. These two teams, we said it during the opener, but they also have a home and home this weekend, so they'll be back at it again tomorrow from Fred Rush Arena in Newark, Delaware. Delaware has played mostly road games this season.
Only one at home so far for the Blue Hens. Pretty odd.
There's a nice move weaving through the defense by Bennett, but he makes the save. And it looks like we're going to have a hooking penalty.
When you're having some issues in transition and when you're unable to get hit on these tape-to-tape passes, sometimes you're better off taking it yourself. Really good move by Bennett there to get that opportunity and draw the penalty as well.
McKeanch ready for the face-off against Stam, the two number 11s. 11 in pink gets this one, McKeanch. Stam tripped up Cusimano there. We're going to have an offside. 2:21 on the clock.
Joey Engelman called for that hook there on the good chance there from Bennett. So now Ryder maybe trying to get some momentum as we head towards the end of the period. It'd be nice for them to get a goal and try and start this comeback bid.
Yeah, good opportunity for the Bronx to get themselves on the board. There is a flying hit. Milsarek got crushed into the boards. He lost his footing. Zubertruck digs at the puck. 3 Bronx and 2 Hens in the pile up in the corner. Still they fight for it. 2 Hens have their skates covering the puck. And still they go. Now it's freed up. Cusimano at the blue line. Taken away. Here is Stam in alone on a breakaway. Saved by Klein. Stam looking for his second of the game, but he gets denied.
Again, another mistake by the defense. That one at the blue line. Really good chance by Stam, but a better save from Klein.
Cusimano down low. Played by the Hens. Here's a check. Ryder struggling to have this sustained offensive zone time. Here's Zuberchuk fanning on it. Now another try. That was Shriver. Wouldn't go. Cusimano again. Plays it across. There's a shot. Couldn't get through. It was blocked en route. Shooting that one was Prunty. And the Hens get a clear with 25 seconds left in the man advantage.
Really great pad save from Waugh there. It ended up at the end of his pad, able to sweep that away to the far boards.
.40 seconds left in the opening period. Here is Kenna looking for, looks like that was Prunty. Yes, it was. Couldn't get a strong enough shot. Prunty again. Power play time is up. Back to even strength. Here's Bennett. He'll play it near the Ryder bench. 20 seconds left in the first. Prunty tries waiting for that one. He gets tied up. Now down low. This is a giveaway. Centering feed. There's a shot. Saved by Waugh off the stick of Prunty. Now Kenna with it. 1 second left, and that will do it for the first. 3 goals for the Hens. Thanks to Chris Sager, Brendan Stam, and Michael Buckman. That last one coming from the blue line. So the Hens looking good after one. And if you're the Bronx, struggling again in this opening period.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not a formula for a potential win. You dig yourself a 3-0 hole. The Blue Hens killing off 2 penalties as well, so they're feeling good right now, firing on all cylinders. There was some good pressure there at the end of the period by Ryder, and you want to hope you can carry that into the second period. But right now, just the Blue Hens skating with a purpose, making more plays, getting the high-quality shots, making it tough on this Bronx team.
We will step aside here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Second period coming up after the break. Welcome back. Start of the second period. Matt Fusillo and Cody Decker on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Delaware up 3-0. And it's really been a story of the Bronx having trouble controlling the puck in their own end, generating that offense, still looking for their first goal. And for the Hens, got 3 of them. One of them was off that giveaway when Bennett lost his footing. One of them was from the blue line. So different types of goals, but things are clicking for the Hens so far.
Yeah, Matt. Riders' game, you could really break it down into all 3 zones. Offensive zone, they need to get into the slot area. Neutral zone, they need to be able to get the tape-to-tape passes through. And the defensive zone, they need to be able to clear their puck. It's really that simple. So they have a lot to work on in each of the 3 zones. Something to improve on for Delaware. Again, there's just been better chances for the Blue Hens capitalizing on the Rider mistakes.
Underway here in the second. Playing the puck is Smith. Now Bennett. Bennett with the puck again. This is McKeanch. McKeanch tries to get that shot through. Smith. Smith tries to get the puck again, but the Hens will get a shot. This is Kramer who controls. Kramer will play it down low for Sager. Sager scoring the first goal in the first period. Took 7.5 minutes for first player to break the ice. McManus and Kramer. Kramer with it again. That was Stam, excuse me. And in the neutral zone now, there was Kramer. He looks across for Sager. Kramer's back on it again. Bennett plays it around. This is Smith, 20 in pink. Smith, the freshman. Sager will punch it the other way, and Bennett is on it again. Both teams looking for their first true chance in the opening, the middle period. Here's Variali. He looks across. He has Polchlepek there, but it gets broken up.
Nice play in the slot there. A little predictable there by Variali. He went to his backhand, and he was definitely going to send that pass over. So good read there by the Bronx defenseman.
Here come the Bronx. This is Cusimano. Cusimano across, and there's a shot that went wide. Golden opportunity for Pape, and he couldn't get it on goal. Now at the red line. Center ice. This is Jackson Call. Call. Centering feed. Nobody was there. It's picked off by Olensky. Almost a giveaway for Polchlepek. Polchlepek's on it again. Call. He gets checked by Olensky. Outlet pass. Looking for Prunty. Puck goes off his stick. Puck is played there for Schneider. His shot was redirected wide of the cage. Here's Legato. He looks. He'll take it to the net. And it's freed up by Kenna back towards center ice. Greco.
Patrick Olensky shaken up there for the Blue Hens, so he went to the bench a little hunched over. Keep an eye on that.
Here come the Bronx. This is a 3-on-2. Kenna taking it himself. Wraps it around. Now in front, they score! Shane Gutt. Ryder finally on the board, 3-1.
Ryder's going to get a good bounce off a skate here that opens up this opportunity for Gutt. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Good transition opportunity. Ryder gets numbers. 3-on-2 here. Centering pass off the skate and right to gut to his stick. And able to pot that goal. Good job by Ryder. Now trying this comeback bid, getting their first goal of the game.
Good positioning there for the sophomore. His second goal of the season. And Ryder finally on the board, 22 minutes in. A little more than that, actually, almost 24 minutes in. Racing there was Turner, and he'll get the icing call. It's a little bit more energy in the home rink for the Bronx. Now that they got their first of the night, we'll see if they can continue to capitalize. See if there's a little momentum shifting here.
Good job by Ty Schneider on that play, filling in that slot. Once you're able to get that pressure and you're pitching in on the goalie like that, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what bounce you're going to get.
Puck went through all the way to Wah. That made it through all the way from the blue line. Couldn't find Twine, though, so we'll have another face-off to the left of Wah.
Wah spending a lot of time on his back and on his backside. The Riders really is doing a nice job of making it difficult for him, making him spread out, making him move over to go stop that puck. So they're getting better shot chances here.
Shot is saved by Wah, and now we have some pushing and shoving. Zuberchuk in the middle of it. And they still go at it. Tied up with Flom. We'll see if there's any penalties that come out of this. And sounds like it'll be 4-on-4. So one of them's going to get a slash, and the other's going to get a roughing.
That's Zuberchuk with the rough there for Ryder. 4-on-4 here, open ice. We've seen Delaware skating with a purpose, so I would say this maybe gives them a little bit of an advantage, but you never know with the 4-on-4. If you can get the matchup right, could swing the other way.
Delaware controlled it off that face-off, but then the Bronx were able to keep it in their offensive zone. Blazak steps in to apply the pressure. Bronx have Blazak and McKeach on the attack, with Smith and Bennert. Hens have Stam with Sager, Milserek, and Buckman. Here's McKeach trying to dig it towards the net. He gets hit hard. We play on. Stam. Stam will play it all the way around. He looks, tries to get a shot, a little bit of a knuckleball. Couldn't get his way on net. Milserek is with it. Tap dances for a moment, tries to get the puck back. Smith is there now. Blazak on the rush. He has it now, Blazak. Blazak looks, he shoots, and a save by Wah. Goes into the corner. Here is a feed up ahead for Sager. In all alone, scores! Chris Sager, another breakaway goal, his second of the game.
And Ryder just gets caught deep in their zone after their chance. We're going to take a look at the replay here. This is where a nice stress is going to come from the corner. Excellent stress patch. Three guys behind. Sager in all alone. Nice little deke by him. Slides it in the bottom near side corner to make it 4-1 Delaware, and the momentum shifts right back to the Blue Hens.
Sager scored the first goal of the game. 7.5 minutes into the first period. Now he gets his second of the game and the fourth Hen goal of the night. 5.5 minutes into the second period. Here's Kramer. Kramer weaving on net. Couldn't get the shot off there. And as Cody just mentioned a moment ago, you had to think that the 4-on-4 would be an advantage for the Hens. They got their goal there. Cusimano punches it in. Bronx will get a change.
And there was a really good chance on the other end between Blazak and Smith right before that. So very quick shift in momentum there.
And here we go again. A lot more pushing and shoving. Kramer goes at them. Kramer tried to tap the puck there as Klein was getting his glove on it for the whistle. Have a helmet on the ice. That belongs to Polchlepek.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot to sort out here. Oh, coming off the ice there. Wow.
Zubachuk's going to go off. And that'll be a big loss for the Bronx.
That's arguably been your best offensive player in recent weeks.
We'll take a moment to sort things out here. Zubachuk gets tossed and goes straight to the locker room. Couldn't quite see what happened to Kramer.
Hubert Polchlepek went off for the Blue Hens as well, right into the locker room.
So the officials are not wasting any time before things get too chippy. We saw this last weekend against Niagara. That Friday game got out of hand, especially later in the game. The fireworks kept coming, and then Saturday was no exception to that either.
No, not at all. I mean, I think there was pushing and shoving like 26 seconds into the game on Saturday. Niagara and Ryder really going after each other last weekend. Good time to tell you, too, while they're sorting this out. If you want to follow us, Breakout Sports Broadcasting, make sure you go on TikTok, X, and Instagram at BSB Streaming. Give us a follow, and we'll be able to let you know when all of our streams are happening throughout the season. Plenty of ACHA hockey coverage.
BSB continues to grow, covering Ryder, Rutgers, Ramapo, you name it, all across the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. Personnel continues to grow as well.
Okay, so the referees were very close to the scorers table, explaining everything and just explaining to the players. We couldn't make out what they were saying, so we're going to have to wait and see what the penalties were, but you have to assume Zubachuk's night is over. Polpachek's night may be over, or maybe for the period. We're going to have to find out. But losses on both sides for sure. But Zubachuk, like we've been talking about, on that top line, important on both sides of special teams. So Ryder's going to have to make some big adjustments if Zubachuk is done for this game.
Plenty of physicality across the ACC Premier. Ryder and Delaware, no exception to that. Either team. Cody, you and I both come from ACC teams. You went to Ryder, I went to Maryland.
No stranger, no friends between all these teams, that's for sure.
That is for sure. Funny enough, our two teams played each other last night, both of our alma maters. I think Maryland won that 4-1 at the Hollydale Ice Arena in New Jersey.
My old stomping grounds, love that place.
I'm sure you've been there quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
That puck gets cleared. By the way, the Bronx have the only penalty on the scoreboard. So it is 5-on-4.
Can't tell who it is down there, but see if we can find out what's going on there.
So someone is serving for Zubrachuk. Penalty box is literally directly below us. One of the perks of being in between the benches, you do get to hear a lot, as that puck was saved by Klein. The rebound was available. Here's Engelman. He'll skate it around. His shot is redirected wide. Engelman toward the center. There's Sager. He's on hat trick watch. .20 seconds left on the Delaware man advantage. Engelman. He looks, and it's in! It may have been tipped. The Hens make it 5-1.
Based on the celebration there, it looked like Engelman may have gotten this goal. We're going to take a look and see if we can dissect this ourselves here on the replay. Really good pressure from the Blue Hens. They bring this out to the point. Nice puck moving on the far side, back to the point, shifting over to the near side. And that puck definitely changes direction, but it may have been a situation where Klein just didn't get all of the save either. So tough angle for us to see there. But nonetheless, a 5-1 lead now for the Blue Hens.
We'll see if there's an announcement for this goal. If one of the referees told the scorer's table. We'll see if we could hear it on the choppy PA system. Justin Fox, number 7 in white. Look out, it's like a bowling ball there. And I had no idea what he just said. Did you hear him?
Yeah, it was Engelman's goal there. So
Engelman.
So it definitely looked like it was Klein who just couldn't get the complete save there, and it just changed direction on him as he tried to stop that puck.
So Joey Engelman on the board. This PA system is very hard to understand, Cody. I'm glad one of us got it.
I have to take my other earphone off in order to hear it.
There's a 2-on-1. That shot by Fox went wide. Now in the neutral zone. Plank. Looking for Downey. Picked off by the Bronx. Kusumano was there. Bouncing puck played by Wah. Now Downey's with it. There's a shot, and it's saved by Klein. Goes out of play off the stick of Brendan Stam.
Frustration coming out here for Ryder. You can hear the coaching staff saying, we keep getting beat by the stretch pass. Player coming off there just said, why do we keep dealing with the 3-on-1 opportunities? It's something they have to clean up and figure out.
At center ice, Milsarek. Down below the goal line, this will be icing. We'll take it back to the left side of your screen. Talked about the ACC premiere just a moment ago. Been some changes in the conference with NC State and UNC Chapel Hill moving up to D1, but you got teams like we mentioned, Rowan and Maryland, our alma maters. You got Virginia Tech, UNC Wilmington, a few others. It's a 10-team conference. Delaware and Ryder pretty much toward the middle of the pack. They're at 6 and 7 in the conference right now, but there's so much movement, especially as teams input their scores. Sometimes they're slow to that, and it's early in the season. So things can definitely change.
It's a good thing that you bring that up. The stats for Delaware are not updated. There's one game that's missing in there. I believe it was the Drexel game from September 27th. But based on the stats that are there right now, just want to highlight Joey Engelman real quick. Has a shorthanded goal on the season, 2 power play assists. So he's made his mark on the special teams. So really good player all around and on that special teams unit, both of them for the Blue Hens.
Puck bounces over the head of McKeanch. Here's Kramer. Kramer got into that scuffle earlier. There's a chance, and that was redirected wide.
Sager really wants that third goal.
Delaware scratches are standing behind Klein. They jumped up, thought that may have had a chance there. It was close. Here's Kramer. He's back on it. He'll backhand it behind him. Giving a whack at it was Smith. Now they jam at it again near the blue paint, but getting a glove on it for the stoppage is Klein.
Stam and Sager just seem to be on the same page, communicating really well. That was Sager on the chance right there at the near post. Two teammates that are really clicking on their lines right now, and Delaware again has just flipped the momentum. It feels like it was just 3-1 2 seconds ago, and we're already at 5-1 now in favor of the Blue Hens. So see if there's any room for Ryder to turn the tide, but just too much pressure right now coming from Delaware.
2 goals for Delaware in under 3 minutes. It was not until the Bronx got the first goal of the period, thanks to Shane Gutt, but the Hens responded with 2 more. So as you said, 5-1. Bronx getting some chances in their offensive zone. Here's Call. Plays it off the skate. That was Winloff. Pape is after it. He got shaken up in the first period. Klein's going to play it himself, and he'll get the cover, as Olensky was there on the attack.
These are two teams that have been really good on the penalty kill as well, both over 90% on the season. Ryder so far 66 penalty kills faced so far this season. That was coming into this game. So definitely want to clean up the penalties a little bit as well. But again, 2 strong teams that have been on the penalty kill, killing a majority of the chances.
Here is Gutt, the lone goal scorer for the Bronx. For Kenna, Gutt is on it again. Tavares at the blue line. Pass across. Bennett controls. He gets checked. The Hens will take over. Clinging to the puck here is Flom. There's a shot that's whistled high and wide. Off the stick of Gutt, looking for his second. Here's Bennett, the giveaway. He'll take it himself. Into the offensive zone, he weaves, and he's hounded. Clicks together with Winloff. Here's Variali. Variali gets denied, and the Bronx will get it back the other way. Hustling now is Schneider. He'll free it up, but not until it's played by Downey. Centering feed by McKeach. Schneider wasn't there, tries to get it back from McKeach, and he couldn't get that one. Shooting one was Blazak, that's off the mark. And it goes back into the neutral zone, look out. Here's a chance for Legato on Klein, and he can't get the shot through. Legato still with it. Now the Bronx will take over. Here's a breakaway pass for Prunty. Save by Wah.
Ryder trying to take one out of the Delaware playbook there with the stretch pass.
Saw the ice opening up there the last minute or so. Good looks for both teams going back and forth. Here come the Bronx again. It's Prunty once more. He's got McKeach with him. The Hens look to control. Stepping in is Cusimano. Now at the blue line. Taken away by McKeach. There's a shot that missed. That was Prunty again. Prunty all over the ice this shift. That's an encouraging sign. Prunty playing with McKeach here. But the Bronx looking to get their second of the game. Ice is starting to open up a little bit more. There's a pass down low. Shooting one was Greco. Save with the right pad of Klein. And this is going to be whistled for offside.
We're seeing the Blue Hens make some mistakes in their own defensive zone now, and Ryder capitalizing, able to retrieve the puck at the point, creep in, head up that slot to try and get some shots. Really good shift there from Anthony Prunty.
There's a good opportunity for Pape to be all alone. Took an unlucky bounce off his backside. Here's Fox. Down for Milserek. He'll shoot, and a cover by Klein.
Milserek throwing that wrister on. I thought he was getting ready to pull back that stick and send a blast towards the net, but went with the finesse option.
Haven't seen much of that tonight. 4:48 left on the clock here in the middle period. Hens up by 4. Milserek again. Let's see if he winds up this time. He does not. Pass the other way below the goal line. Milserek, he'll control at the blue line again. Down low for Plank. This is Plank again. Backhand pass. He had Fox right at the doorstep, but not much daylight to shoot at there. It goes out of play.
The Blue Hens buzzing now, just all around that cage, moving the puck around, keeping the puck handling going. They're talking out there, pretty much rotating around that cage, hounding Klein. A couple good saves from him here in the final part here of the second period.
Hens control the faceoff. There's a shot by Kramer. Oh, he got a good one there, but went off of Klein. Right off the faceoff, straight to the stick of Kramer. Shooting one softly was Kenna. And back the other way, Wow will get a glove on it.
First of 2 between these two this weekend. They're going to get right back at it tomorrow at Fred Rust Arena. So you're taking some notes, I think, if you're the coaching staffs too, seeing as if you have to play these guys tomorrow. Spotlight of some players, and if you're Ryder, figure out what's gone wrong. Maybe try and make a comeback in this game. If you're Delaware, you're trying to build on a lot of offensive success so far.
Fred Rust Arena tomorrow night at 6 p.m. We will see if the great James Witherite will be on the call for that. I'm not sure. Delaware has 3 men's teams, and they also do women's hockey as well. James is the broadcaster, the organist, the anthem singer, the stream director, everything for 412 Communications, covering University of Delaware. Mostly hockey, but he does horse racing. He's done baseball. Here's a chance for the Bronx. It's Schneider. Pass across was too high. It hops over Tavares' stick. Here's Kramer for the Hens. Kramer again. Mentioned James Witherite and Fred Rust Arena. I believe that arena had a renovation with a new sheet of ice. I'm not sure if that contributed to all these away games to start the year, but finally back at home tomorrow after they've had one home game earlier in the year. That was against Westchester in an 8-5 loss.
Maybe just how the schedule works out. I know William Patterson is on the road a lot until like the middle part of the month, so it might just be the scheduling too, but you never know. That sheet of ice might need to be handled properly.
Delaware had a big promotion for their women's team, making the big jump. They've got 3 men's teams. Definitely a big program. Puck is played here in the corner below the goal line. That was Olensky. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Prunty collides with the linesman there. That puck is flickered into the corner. Back the other way. Variali will look. Still he has it. Now down low for Olensky. Back at the blue line for Milserek. And the puck bobbled for a moment, but getting the cover is Klein.
Again, the Blue Hens doing a really good job of moving the puck around, but you're also seeing them plenty of times deciding to send a player into the slot, get in the high percentage area, try and get that deflection. It's even happening in even strength. You're used to seeing that more on the power play. So Delaware just trying to cause havoc. Again, that 4-goal lead, but making it a little uneasy on Klein there and making the defense have to guess a little bit.
Here is Smith, 20 in pink. He's tripped up, no call on the play. Bennett, he's able to keep it in. Now he gets checked. Smith attacks on Milserek. Ryder bench is very vocal. There's a look for Legato. It goes in. Joseph Legato threw it on goal. It's going to be the 6th goal of the evening for the Hens.
And again, you're going to see Klein get 80% of this. And we're going to take a look at the replay here. Good chance for Delaware as they go in transition. Nice little poke here. A little bit of a hit through center ice as they play this up through the circle and right off the glove of Klein. So just unable to see that shot, get all of it into the glove, and Delaware pouring it on now with a 5-goal lead.
So Joe Legato on the score sheet. Klein will play it below the goal line. And the Hens are pouring it on. 30 seconds to go in the second period. This will be an icing. We'll take it back. I shared this story on the broadcast last week, but I have to say it again since we're playing Delaware here. My first ever game when I did Maryland, I said my alma mater is Maryland Terrapins. First ever game was against Delaware. They played 2 periods at home, and they didn't play the third because of a broken pane of glass, and Delaware won 7-0.
Wow.
So sometimes you don't know what you're going to get in the ACHA.
Absolutely not.
We'll never forget that, playing this very Hens team. That was my welcome to, well, it wasn't ACC yet, but ACHA at least, college hockey.
Mid-Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Association.
Yep.
There. Yep.
Buzzer sounds. That'll do it for the second period, but 3 more goals for the Hens. Ryder finally got its first thanks to Shane Gutt, but Delaware really pouring it on.
And I just want to point out, this is a Delaware team that really hasn't scored much this year. Like we said, the stats are not registered completely with the Drexel game, but if you throw that game aside, they've only scored 22 goals in the rest of their games. So it has not been a high-scoring season for Delaware so far, but you can see just a little bit of a mismatch, you know, offensively. Maybe some bigger players, maybe skating more with a purpose, positioning themselves well. That's the big difference right now in this game. Delaware just offensively overpowering Ryder. And, you know, like we said, that 3-1 just seems so close to this point, maybe even a few minutes ago, but really Delaware just having the upper hand at this point.
So we will step aside here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Third period coming up after the break. Welcome back. Start of the third period. Matt Fusillo and Cody Decker, Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Delaware Blue Hens with a 6-1 lead. Your headliner, Chris Sager, with 2 goals. The lone Rider goal belongs to Shane Gutt. He scored the first goal of the second period, but then the Hens tacked on 3 more. So 3 in both periods thus far for Delaware. We'll see what happens here in the third. Blazak was denied. Puck gets sent in. Off the glove of Engelman. Kept in for a moment, but pops into the neutral zone. Blazak on the attack. McKeach tries to go for the pickpocket on Sager. There's a big hit near center ice on Bennert. Shot wide. And now played the other way, trying to get it with Sager. Played here for Prunty. Now they dig at it again. That was Shriver who came away with it at the blue line, and this is going to be gloved for a whistle by Wah.
So Zubrachuk and Pochlapek were both disqualified from the rest of the game, so their nights are over. A little surprised to see Sean Klein still in the net after 2 of the shots. He saved about 80% of it, and it got past him. I'm surprised they didn't go to Louis Bazoko here, but maybe they want to keep Bazoko fresh for tomorrow, so can see both sides of it here for Ryder.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine Bazoko will certainly be in net tomorrow at Fred Rust. Puck too far out of reach for Wah, so he'll leave it for his defenseman. There's a shooting attempt. Rebound, they score! Ryder is on the board again on the second attempt. And they crawl back just a little bit. It's 6-2.
Just a minute and 49 seconds into this third period. They get the puck in deep. It's a turnover by the Blue Hens here at the corner. A nice poke check there through the circle. Good feed from the slot. And a great job there for the Blue Hens. Nice feed there from Joel Shriver on the takeaway.
Swatting at it was Cusimano. Now at the red line at center ice, Olensky. Backhand pass for Flom. Trying to negate the icing, and he does successfully, is Braden Turner. Playing the puck across is Flom. So Shriver gets the goal, announced in the PA system now. Here's Pape on it.
Anthony Prunty with the assist on that play. So, again, creeping in right in front of that blue paint. Good opportunity. And Shriver with a nice goal there to chip into this deficit.
Taking his time here is Brendan Fleming. And still they whack at it. Newark, Delaware, not too far from Rider University. So shouldn't be the worst of road trips. And same with Delaware, obviously, coming up here. Earlier game time tomorrow. That'll be a 6 o'clock puck drop from Fred Rust. Happy you're joining us tonight here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. The Hens lead 6-2. There's a shot by Schneider, and it's covered by Waugh for the stoppage.
Nice job by Schneider there, in all alone, navigating through a few defensemen and gets through that near circle. Really good shot from him. Waugh standing tall, even though he hasn't faced too many shots here so far tonight.
Looks like Bennett is being tended to by the trainer behind the Rider bench. Looks to be okay. Getting a bandage put on his chin. Didn't see when he was hit, but seems to be fine. Puts his helmet back on. Here is Shriver, the recent goal scorer. 4.5 minutes into the third period. That shot went wide. Joel Shriver with his third goal of the season. There's a check by Bennett, and now here's Greco. Offside is waved off. He'll shoot it off the right pad of Klein. Rebound! That one goes in! Andrew Plank just fired it off the rebound. Another deep shot. And another one that finds the back of the net. It's 7-2.
I think Klein needs a new Plank himself in his stick. I'm talking about here, because he just had a lane to see this shot. Hit here, far side, at the circle a shot, then a rebound, and he stretches out to stop the puck, and it just finds its way through. So Klein having a difficult time tonight. That's 3 goals he realistically should have stopped. But Delaware capitalizing on throwing the puck at the net, like you said a little earlier, Matt.
Yeah, and it's not the first goal that you saw it close to the blue line. That was a little bit closer than the previous one on the Engelman goal, but that's a shot that Klein is really going to want back. And he knew it after. I believe there's a penalty here.
Yeah, C.J. Milsarek is called 2 minutes for interference here. So Ryder's going to head to the power play, down 5. Talked a little bit about this last week after they were blown out a bit by Niagara. You want to take some moral victories now. As you move on through your season, you're going to see these guys again tomorrow. So now you want to have a strong power play, get some shots on net, move the puck around, figure a few things out before you head into that game tomorrow.
Gloves there, and this is going to be whistled for a hand pass. So we'll try it again. Face-off will come out of the Rider offensive zone.
We hear the coaching staff saying control the puck, handle it well, set up your offense. You got the man advantage. Start moving it around. Get yourself some high-quality shots in the high-percentage areas.
Frustrating night for Rider personnel. Players have shown some frustration. Coaches want them to try to move the puck more. We've been hearing them on and off throughout the night. Down below to our left as that shot was redirected out of play. .18 on the clock and $1:28 on the power play.
And I want to make clear, too, I know it's been a pretty negative night for the Bronx. We've been a bit negative on them. We've mentioned the youth of this team, but we're talking about Game 8 of the season for Rider, Game 9 for the University of Delaware. It's still very early on to try and figure things out, find some combinations that might be more beneficial to you, but just need to improve on some things, and that has to happen in practice throughout the week.
You talk about Rider being a young team, and they also don't have too much depth. They're just a short roster. I mean, you look at the Delaware roster. You mentioned earlier they have 5 goalies. They got a lot of scratches. You can see them on the right of your screen when the camera pans over. I mean, they got a lot of guys. I mean, 3 teams, too. Rider has lost a lot of players in recent years, even this season, like the Connolly brothers. But just not a whole lot of depth on that roster. There's really not much you could do with that, but as you said, it's only mid-October, so there's still time to figure out those combinations that work. You see that first line that really works well with Zuberchuk, Blazak, and McKeach. As Bennett whistles one through traffic, that hits something. There's another try, couldn't get through. Now Prunty a shot, saved by Wah. Bennett will control. Power play time has concluded. We're back to 5-on-5 with Milserek out of the box. Controlling the puck is Engelman. Engelman, one of the goal scorers tonight, scoring in the second period.
Leading the team in points, too. He's had a really good, strong start this season for the Blue Hens.
Puck is gloved by Bennett, played by Blazak. 8 minutes into the third period. Bronx find themselves down by 5. Looking for more was Fleming, but Klein is able to make the stoppage.
That's our 30th shot on goal registered there for Delaware. So right now our mark at 30-19. Hasn't been a heavy shots game. We've seen a lot of good blocks from defensemen and cutting out some lanes to limit the chances, but definitely less shots than Ryder's seen early on this year.
Here come the Bronx. They're denied. Downey is there. Punched at by another Bronx down low. Ryder looking to get something started here. They've had one goal in each of the opening 2 periods. Now playing the puck is Fleming for the Hens. That was my mistake, by the way. They've scored in the second and third period. Only 49 seconds into the third was Shriver. The goal in the second period was Shane Gutt. So Ryder starting the second and third period off strong. Both those 2 early goals. This is Buckman across. Nobody was there as the puck goes all the way back. Buckman will collect it himself. Just a reminder, there's no more Vlad Zuberchuk and no more Hubert Polchlepek. Say those names 5 times fast. Get a little bit more extracurricular. So Milserek's going to go off again.
It's Braden Turner for the Bronx, called for the board on that as well. So both men heading to the box. 4-on-4 coming here.
Milserek straight back to the penalty box. You went 4 minutes and 20 seconds ago. Another trip to the sin bin along with Braden Turner for the Bronx.
You'd like to see Ryder generate something here on the 4-on-4 with the open ice like we've been talking about.
We will see if they do here. This is Blazak collecting the pass from Pape. Centering feed. Pape was outnumbered there. Didn't have much of a chance. Here's the opposing 28, Chris Sager. Already got 2 goals tonight. Sager almost tried for the pickpocket there. Smith will flick it ahead over the glove of a reaching Blazak. He collects, and it goes off of Wah. Rebound try was below the net. Blazak's going to hop back on defense. Sager with Stam. Stam with it now. Back for Fleming. Shot was fanned. Now Cusimano. Plays it off the glass. Stays in play. Fleming punches it back the other way. Here's Sager. He shoots. That one goes high. Couldn't keep it in for the Hens. Back the other way. Sager again. Regains the zone. Still has Stam with them. They've been out there for a while. Stam, the Delaware captain. Back for Engelman. Here's Sager again. That shot was blocked by Call. Sager down to the blue line. Making a nice move around the defense was Engelman. There's a shot. Save off the blocker by Klein. Nice chance there by Winloff, but we have a whistle.
Good shot there by Winloff, trying to go low on Klein. You know, Matt, we mentioned earlier we talk about the league play, but you also have the first ranking of the season for Men's Division II coming up in a few weeks. So you want to be ahead of the 8-ball if you're trying to creep into the region rankings. So Delaware obviously closer to that than Ryder. If you can stack up some wins here in the next few weeks, that's going to be important for both teams. Delaware, again, a bit closer to probably cracking that ranking.
ACHA has its overall region rankings, along with the ACC tournament that'll be played later in the season, usually around February. So the winner of the ACC, that tournament, automatically gets a bid to regionals, but there's also opportunities for these teams to make it via their overall region in the ACHA. Also have the ACC Showcase coming up in November. That's historically been an exciting event. It's a 3-day event held at the St. James in Springfield, Virginia. That shot goes high and wide off the face-off. And ACC Commissioner Mike Wally does a good job with that event. It's cool for the fans and the families and the parents to come by. You'll see a lot of people from out of town with all those teams.
It's events like that that helps build the club hockey game and gets it the more of the recognition, especially early on in the year like that.
Puck gets redirected out of play, but that's absolutely right. See all those teams coming into town. They got 2 sheets of ice with the viewing section in the middle, so you could basically watch 2 games at once. And we were with the Maryland Hockey Network when I was there. We had the streaming rights to do the showcase 2 seasons ago. That was a lot of fun. Got to call 3 games in one day. That was my one of my goals as a broadcaster in college, including all 3 games for Ryder. So fun times at the St. James. I remember Ryder played Virginia Tech. That was a game with one of the most penalties I've ever seen. Classic. Virginia Tech is another division rival.
Those league games always get chippy. They always do.
Here's Ryder in their own defensive zone. Punched at by Milsarek. Under 7 minutes to go in regulation. Hens up by 5. So they'll look to just put the icing on the cake for this one. Heard a yell from Justin Fox as he got slashed there. Sounded like a light-hearted yell. He's laughing now. Here come the Hens again. There's a shot saved by Klein. Shooting that one was McManus. Now a centering feed to no avail. Here comes Ty Schneider. That pass towards the blue paint. Getting a glove on it for the whistle is Nick Waugh, with 6:06 on the clock.
You got to wonder if you're without Zuberchuk tomorrow, if you're the Bronx. I know you're trying probably right now in this instance to figure out what line combinations you're going to want to go with that top line going to be impacted if he can't play in that game tomorrow. So curious to see how that goes into tomorrow's game. I'm sure Zuberchuk is not happy to be on the ice right now, and if he's not on the ice tomorrow, then that kind of just doesn't help Ryder. They got to figure some things out there.
Back the other way. Puck is stopped by Klein this time.
I want to point out, too, I didn't mention this in the pregame, but Delaware didn't play at all last week, so they had a little bit of a rest coming into the weekend. I wonder if that's something that may have benefited them coming into this game, too.
Definitely worth noting. There's a saucer pass by Kramer. Delaware's previous game before this was at Maryland, a 5-4 loss at the Gardens Ice House, my old stomping grounds. They played at Montclair State and Drexel. They got wins. That Montclair State game was the night before the Maryland game. So going north to New Jersey, then the next night south to Laurel, Maryland.
Terrapins look to be a little bit of tough competition this year. Might give everybody a little bit of fits.
I'm kind of at the point where you start to know less of the players the more you're removed.
Right.
Being 2 years removed, but
Definitely.
they still have some good talent there. Seems like some of the guys that they brought up, the younger guys, are showing some potential. Coach Carter still there. He's been there a while. Some changes to the coaching staff, but we'll see who can make some noise in the ACC. And if one team gets hot, there's really potential for them to run. So if either of these teams can do it, anyone can make a move in this 10-team conference.
And like we said, it's so early. What we're seeing from these teams could look totally different 2 months from now.
Ryder used to be a team with so much depth. I mean, you had Mark Marin and Cole Schneider, TJ Evan, Eddie Coyne. Those guys have all graduated. Trevor Givorowski, their star goalie. So you mentioned earlier, Cody, a young team. Chance for these young guys to prove themselves, but you also have the veterans like McKeach and Bennett, who's been here for a few years.
That just shows that there's an ability to grow. So it can only really go up from here if you're Ryder.
Just over 4 minutes left on the clock. Trying to free up the puck in the corner. Who's going to come away with it? Still they dig at it. This is Shriver. Tries to get it to the slot area for Prunty. Couldn't get it through. And the Hens will skate it back over center ice. Downey off the glove of Klein. Bronx control behind their own net. Losing his footing there was Flom. Downey is pressured by Prunty. Downey plays it along the boards. Bennett tried to get there. And same with Kenna. It's dug free by Olensky. He's outnumbered, but he still has the puck. Olensky trying to make something at it. He's got Variali with him. Open ice for a moment, but not until the Bronx were able to recollect. Skating ahead, looking for the outlet pass was Turner. Ryder gets a change, and so do the Hens. Milserek up ahead. This is Call. Olensky tries to make a move around him. Schneider will play it around the boards. Turner taken away by Morrow. 3 in white, Brady Morrow. Back at center ice again. This is Buckman. Digging at it behind Klein. Here's Buckman. Pass goes over the blue line, so the Hens will have to retreat. That pass was from Legato. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Bronx. Pape drops it back. That was a shot for Gutt. Stays in play. Gutt was looking for his second goal of the game. There's another try by McKeach, and that one is whistled dead with 2:11 on the clock.
I'd really like to see Gut on that play, not sit back like that. I'd rather see him come over to the near post and stretch the ice. Try and go for that tape-to-tape pass. You've got a better shot of making the goalie off balance, make him go the other way rather than staying exactly where he's standing.
Puck is gloved at center ice. Here is a giveaway, and there's going to be a penalty on the play as Legato was tripped up. Would have been a great look for Legato. I think they might want a penalty shot, but it doesn't look like they're going to get it.
That's Shane Smith there on the trip, Matt, with 2 minutes to go. So barring a goal, Riders down a man here for the rest of regulation.
Well, the penalty was clear as day. Made the referee's job easy. As you mentioned, penalty will take you through the buzzer, basically, unless there's a goal. Here is Stam. Kramer, he'll control on the left side, looking for Variali in the slot, but not until the Bronx collect, and they'll clear it.
Looks like Riders just going to treat this as an opportunity to get a shift on the penalty kill, operate it like a regular penalty kill, just try and clear the puck out.
They've got Kenna and Shriver. As that pass by the Hens cleared down the ice. Ryder gets a change. It was also Bennert and Cusimano with Kenna and Shriver, but McKeach and Blazak make the replacement on the ice now. Here one of the coaches yelling Cusimano, get off the wall, Joe. Trying to free up that puck. Here's Stam. Under a minute to go on the power play and in regulation. Hens up by 5. Looking to finally put this game to bed and head home for another matchup tomorrow. Puck goes all the way around. Cusimano is the first one there. To the last 30 seconds. Ryder gets a clear. Played by Waugh. Waugh leaves it for Kramer. One of the alternate captains for the Blue Hens. Engelman up for Greco. To the last 10 seconds. Engelman. Now Greco. Back for Engelman. Time for another shot. That one couldn't get through. It was blocked. 3 seconds, 2, 1. One last shot by Greco. Saved by Klein. And the final buzzer sounds. The Delaware Blue Hens defeat the Ryder Bronx by a final score of 7-2. And this was quite the onslaught tonight. Not much to show for Ryder.
Pink in the Rink night, a really great event here for the Bronx, but the game itself just not up to par with Delaware. Looks like they have not met their match here tonight. Going to have to flip the script quick to tomorrow. Big couple of points here for the Blue Hens, and look, they just were the stronger team tonight offensively. They stopped momentum when Ryder got it. Good couple of transition opportunities, just too many mistakes for Ryder, and they dug themselves a hole too early on in the game to try and come back. So have to get rid of the bad feelings, the negativity quickly, see what happens tomorrow heading south.
The 2 goals for the Bronx belonging to Shane Gutt and Joel Shriver. That third period goal for the Blue Hens, just one in the third, but belonging to Andrew Plank. That was the one at the blue line that just snuck through. So multiple times tonight we saw that. But for Cody Decker, Matt Fusillo, our entire Breakout Sports Broadcasting crew, thank you for joining us, everyone. So long. Have a good night.